We came out here to build Africa. I closed all my businesses down. And of course, I could have stayed in that colonized United States of America.
She's saying that there's no snacks. She said that she was going to open up a dentist office, and she doesn't look like a dentist.
Graduated, and then it wasn't easy. Like, I didn't find a job till like a year later.
The animals is scorpions outside the house.
Oh,
it's
man.
big ass spiders. It's big ass lizards. I can't deal. We came out here to build Africa. I closed all my businesses down. And of course, I could have stayed in that colonized United States of America and dealt with they bullshit. And I'm very in tune. I'm very in tune with the universe. I'm very in tune with my ancestors. I heard the calling and I came. I talk to my ancestors every day, but that don't mean I don't go through. Ain't no angels, ain't no flying butterflies and rainbows around here. We all go. At the end of the day, I don't like the circumstances that we're in. It's not that I can't help it. I have money. I can go where I want to go. And it wasn't that I was complaining about the fact that I was paying $100 a month. A day. I was complaining because it doesn't make no sense that the prices are so outrageous out here when you living in conditions like this. So let's be honest and let's keep it real. Nobody wants to live like this. They shouldn't even be living like this. I want to take half of Africa back to America because they can see how real living is. Because this is pathetic. So at the end of the day, for everybody who say I was complaining, I wasn't complaining. I was telling it just like it is. That's exactly what I was doing.
Now, you said you want to take half of Africa back to America. Of course, that's not possible, but $100 a day. Where are you located at that you're paying $100 a day for what? Because I feel like you're being robbed and you're getting foreigner tax. And maybe you should speak to some locals. Make friends with some locals so they can help you. Get a representative to handle things for you. Because it sounds like you're going through the rigmarole and they're hitting you with expensive foreign tax. It happens every country. Like, say, if you go to Thailand, you want to travel around, you got to pay the foreign tax. It's not the same in the Philippines, but still, certain people will charge you more. People will come to you and ask for money. That goes with being a foreigner. If you want to escape American society, you can't bring that privileged attitude across these shores. Because you won't be able to last. Let me get into the next video. She does.
To America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the robbery, the bullshit scams, the too expensive, the not having no snacks, the not having no food,
Not having no
electricity, the hot water.
Hold on, wait a minute. You know, I've had guys say to me, I moved to the Philippines and I lost weight. I saw a woman as well say she had a bad skin condition and she moved out, stopped eating the GMO food in the West. And when she moved to another country, her skin condition got better. You're upset because you're not getting snacks. That's why you look the way you do. If you want to move and change, you have to completely change. You can't be the same fat person you were your whole life. You're privileged. Too privileged. Look, watch what else she says.
What's the called that be coming down? The animals is scorpions outside the house.
Oh,
it's
man.
big ass spiders. It's big ass lizards. Colorful lizards you ain't never seen before. All in the room with you, sleeping with you. All
Harmful
people trying
lizard.
to scam you when you go outside thinking you rich. So they trying to get more money off of you. I'm really trying to wrap my head around it. I'm really trying to wrap my head around how are Americans coming to Africa and being happy. Please comment down below. Because for me, I'm ready to go. And I
Wow.
always used to say, if it's up to me, it will be. And I'm going to go out to Africa and make it happen. No, I don't want to. I want to take my businesses back to America. I want to open up shop back in America, open up my dentist office, and all the stuff that I was going to do out here
She's a
in
dentist now.
America. Steady electricity. And the only time our electricity get cut off is when we don't pay the bill. And we got it so good now, we got prepaid electricity. So if we forget to pay the bill, we put some money on that prepaid thing and it comes right back on in 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes.
Oh man, she's a
This shit right
slob.
here didn't come on for 14 hours yesterday. I can't deal. I love the people. Don't get me wrong. When I'm outside, I'm having fun. I love people. But when I come back to reality, when you come back home, home is where the heart is, right? When you come back home, you're supposed to feel comfortable. You're supposed to be happy. I'm not happy. To live in a house where you look outside and all you see is turkeys and ducks and chickens and sheeps and old malnourished cows.
Oh man, malnourished cows. She said the cow. You know what's funny? The cows look that way too in the Philippines. The cows in the U.S. are fed byproducts of we don't know what it is. More GMOs, right? Corn. That's not even corn. They look big like that because they got all those chemicals in them. Cows in Africa, I'm happy to hear that the cows in Africa are the same. They're the same as the cows in the Philippines. You go to Thailand, the cows are probably they look malnourished too. They look healthy. That's how you're supposed to look. That's how you're supposed to look. But you said I didn't have any snacks. Man, I, you can't make this stuff up. Let me get into the next one. Watch this. The girl says
About my takes and my opinions, but I'm gonna give them anyways. But you seen this one about this young lady. She's born and raised in America, but she decided to move to Africa, and she's on here complaining. She's saying that there's no snacks. She said that she was gonna open up a dentist office, and she doesn't look like a dentist. She doesn't look like she went to dental school or anything like that. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, she said she's tired of seeing malnourished cows. Oh, sorry. I thought that was funny. That
it
was
is
funny.
funny.
But and she's like she's tired of seeing chickens and stuff like that. Well, I'm from South Florida. We have chickens in our backyard. But this is my opinion on it. It's something about I don't like when immigrants come to America and complain about the United States. And I guess it's rubbing me the wrong way too, hearing her talk badly about
Yes.
Africa while
Yes.
she's over there.
Yes.
Because why didn't you do your research?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because even I've been researching it because I feel as if that I want to move from America and move somewhere, and I know
You
that
know the wild thing? She said, "Why didn't you do your research?" And she didn't. The first thing I said is, "Why didn't you contact someone in the area?" And I saw another video. She's saying, you know, the places are like with like a million and like, what part of Africa are you in right now? Where did you go to? I know bros that are out there having the time of their lives, and they're not paying anything like that. Like she's talking about, she's paying 100, and I saw another video. She said, "I'm paying $100 for this, and then another 100 for something else." So what are you paying? Like, because 100,000 a year is $232. So it's good that you're going back to America because you can't pay 100,000 a year for expenses. That's crazy. And snacks and goodies and cakes and the glitter. You eat the cakes, glitter pop out.
the electricity cuts on and off in Africa, and I've never been. I want to go and I want to visit, but I've never been. But I know that. And I know how that will affect me. So I'm thinking about these things. And I just want to know, like, what research did you do? Did you go over
Mm-hmm.
there and stay for an extended period of time to figure out if you actually liked staying there full
Mm-hmm.
time, or
Mm-hmm.
possibly you just needed to get like purchase something over there and
Talk
then
to her.
travel and stay for a couple of weeks at a time or a month at a time and then come back. It's something about you going to a different country and then down in the country that you're in that doesn't sit well with me. I can't stand it when immigrants do it to us, and I guess I don't like it the other way around either. What y'all think?
I agree with you 100%. That guy that was in the first video, he was in the background complaining with her. A son husband type, right? Raised by his mama type. It's not right. She's right.
There is. I felt my safest self. I felt, I mean, and safe is relative, but I mean safe to be my authentic self, safe to express myself in the way that I really desire to express myself. That feeling of safeness I've only felt outside of the United States. And me living in Mexico as an African American woman, I've never felt discrimination from the Mexican people. When I have felt discrimination, it's been from Americans. Let that sink in. And let's be honest, the pow pow activity that's going on in the schools in the United States is just simply unheard of in other
Anyway.
countries. My
Yeah.
oldest son is 16 years old, and before we left the United States, we were always having conversations with him about what you need to do when you encounter a police officer. Make sure you have your hands up. Make sure you don't have your hoodie on. Make sure you got your hands outside your pocket. And if you take your hands outside your pockets, make sure you don't have a phone. Make sure you don't have no keys or anything that closely resembles a pow pow. I haven't had to have any of those conversations with my black boys while living in Mexico.
Yeah, it's just non-existent in other countries. And I've told guys many times before, you probably don't remember. I have clips where I said it. I don't think I can find them. I made too much content. I don't think I can find it. But I've said it. I said, before I say that, I say I'm happy that black women are also moving outside of the country. It's needed, right? They call it passport, sis. They copying passport bros. But I think everyone needs to change. It's just that when you make that change, they'll complain. And there are people and that complain, and then there are people that not complain. Just like the other day, I showed in a video. There are black women that go to Colombia and complain, and then I showed another clip of black women that were having their time of their lives talking to some Colombian guys. And they were chilling, they were happy. So, no matter which way you look at it, the people that are the complainers need to talk to the people that are thriving. Look, reach out for help. That's what I say. Get some help.
Okay, so yesterday there was a release of the press conference held in Ontario, Canada, where they stated that they are in fact moving forward with the 25% surcharge increase on electricity for 1.5 million customers, roughly about 1.5 million customers that reside in New York State, Michigan State, and Minnesota, okay? Just to let you guys know that this 25% increase, this 25% surcharge is going to cost Americans or the average American household an additional $100 per month on their electricity bill. He also stated that if necessary, he will increase this surcharge that is already at 25%. He will increase it. And if America decides to escalate or get froggy, they will completely shut off all of the electricity that they provide to the states of New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. Okay? Now, I think that they really about it. Right now, Canada is completely pissed off with us. Trump is creating enemies with people that America has never been enemies with, okay? So I believe it. I believe they're going to shut everything down. But let me tell you something. You know what group of people is going to prevail? Especially in New York, baby? The Caribbean and the African diaspora. We are going to live. Need I remind you guys of the Northeast blackout of 2003? Y'all remember that?
I remember.
Y'all remember the Northeast blackout? Yo, I swear to God, in New York City, that had to be the best 2 days of my life. The best 2 days of my life. I've never been more outside than I was for those 2 days. Are you kidding me? But how are we gonna cook if we don't have any electricity? We're gonna cook outside, like we always do. We're gonna have a barbecue. We're gonna have a cookout. Okay? A lot of us probably don't even have electric stoves. So if you have a gas burning stove, all you need is a match to light. What are you talking about? We're gonna be good. Oh, how do we store our food? In a pot that you put in a cold, shady place. If you're from the Caribbean, if you're from Africa, that's, especially if you live on the countrysides, that's how we refrigerate our food. You just gotta make sure that it is under 40 degrees. Also, y'all forgot pickling. There's a reason why in the South is really big. Y'all really big on pickling the food.
See, now she's talking about living out there, but it's shutting off. This is why people are moving. Actually, they're promising, and it's almost guaranteed right now. What's going on with the tariff war with China, with Canada, with Mexico shutting down the board? Man, it's crazy. The U.S. right now has so many enemies, and things are gonna go up. Food is gonna go up. Everything. The inflation you've seen is nothing like what you're gonna see, and it hasn't even started yet. It hasn't. It hasn't started yet. So with the way things are going, you kind of want to be like, I make money in U.S. I pay the U.S. tax. You kind of want to think about, okay, let me work on other things I can do to make money outside of the U.S. That's what's happening now. It's starting to turn into an escape plan. I said it before. I'm making this video now because I want to say it again. I need to say it again while these things are happening. I foreseen all of this happening. That's one of the reasons, another reason why I became a passport bro. When I became a passport bro, I was one of those, I was heavy into, what's the guy's name? That fat guy that screams all the time? Alex Jones, all of that stuff. I read the Bible, so it's in the Bible. Man, everything happening right now. Woo! That's why I need to talk about it pretty soon. I'm going to have a Christian channel explaining everything and connecting it all and showing the dots and connecting them. It's going to, you guys are going to say, wow, I didn't know, Jay.
Get out. Go. It's time to plan. I have officially started planning, y'all. I am on this day 2 now, okay? Because let me tell you, I'm going to break this down. So I recently got a job, and I got a job for a specific reason, to leave. I'm getting out of here. Like, the only reason I wanted this job is because I'm like, I can save money because I can pay weekly. I was like, okay, I can get a check and literally save. I don't need anything. And it took me a while to realize that. I was like, I really don't need nothing right now. I don't need nothing. With how bad the American economy is right now, no. I'm not even worried about my degree right now. I'm not worried about none of that.
Don't worry about that. Definitely.
It's like I graduated last year. I've been in school like forever, and I stayed on campus the whole time. Graduated, and then it wasn't easy. Like, I didn't find a job till like a year later, and I'm talking about just your everyday job. And it's still crazy that they don't pay much in the South, y'all. But I'm making $2 more than the people.
Man, I just had a conversation with somebody about this. They do these things just to make crumbs. They get the degrees and make crumbs. I hope she figures out how to maneuver being out of the country, because there are so many different ways to make money, and you have to expand on them now. You have to do them now before it gets too hot and it's oversaturated.
People at the hospitals at those jobs, and I just think it's crazy because that is insane. I'm not complaining too much, but it's just crazy because I worked in the hospital before. But let me tell you something. A realization hit when I graduated. I was like, yeah, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. And I'm 26. I graduated last year. I'm still at home, not mad. I was like, okay, I can save money. That was the whole point. And then I went able to find a job. Because, when they're still letting people off, y'all. I saw, they said UPS fired firing 20,000 workers. I'm like, oh my God. The economy here is trash now because of who. But yeah, it's time to leave. So, sorry, I got off track. It's time to plan to get out of here. That's the only reason I got this job, y'all. My deadline, I gave myself a deadline. Now I'm out. I'm out either with the job, I'm talking about because I'm going to be applying to like where I want to go. I got a couple of places where I want to go that I've been researching for a while and looking up visas. And I'm thinking I'm really going to denounce this citizenship. I don't care about this here, but like the plan is like I'm giving myself to the end of this year. That's it. And I was like, either I'll have a job in another country. Also, it's good to give yourself good like a long like some months because of the visa length. But also it takes time. So give yourself a couple of months. So I was like, either I'll have a job at the end. So I was like, either I'll have a it's good to give yourself good like a long like some months because of the visa length. But also just to be able to find a job, it takes time. So give yourself a couple of months. So I was like, either I'll have a job at the end of this month, and then I'll be able to go with the visa, skills worker, all that stuff, or I'm just gonna take whatever in my savings because I'm gonna save money till then and just leave.
Oh man. Ah, listen. I hope she makes it. Why do I say that? Because she's talking like she's just got a college degree. She's used to doing things the old school way. Like she's living, a lot of guys are. Like there's guys watching this video now that are used to doing things the old school way. Get your degree, get your job, and that's it, right? Nowadays, people are dividing and conquering with them. And you know what's funny? The Bible speaks about that. The Bible speaks about it. And I have to show that verse because a lot of you guys don't know how vast God's mind is, right? Let me show this really quickly. Look at this. It says, give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. So now it shows here, this Bible verse that refers to dividing wealth into 7 or 8 portions is Ecclesiastes 11:2. It states, divide your portion to 7 or even to 8, for you do not know what misfortune may occur on the earth. Now, this is amazing because this is the Lord telling you to split your money different ways. So there's many ways to get it online. There's many ways, not from a job. You have to be an entrepreneur. When you leave and leave these shores and you want to escape the mediocrity everybody else is facing, the way to do it is to learn certain skills, right? And that's what I did over the years. I've learned so many skills.
About wanting to leave America and like the US just being the ghetto, which has been the ghetto. And luckily for me, God gave me a revelation and woke me up out of my sleep and told me to leave America a couple months ago. And so I've been living out of the country for a couple months. I knew that the economy was only going to get worse, that things were only going to get worse, and I just like really had to be real with myself. Like, do I want to keep struggling my entire life? Do I want to live a life where I have known nothing but struggle, or do I want to go somewhere else and kind of take some of that pressure off and start to enjoy life? And my life has completely changed. Like, the quality of life has changed, the quality of food has changed, the way I feel every day has changed, my skin has changed, my weight has changed, like everything about me, my outlook on life has changed. My dreams and goals are not changing, but they're evolving in a better way because I'm closer to my dreams. If you have the
That's what it is. This is how your dreams and goals change. Where you're not spending as much money on rent and all of those other things. That's when you're like, oh, I got money to do this. I have money to invest in this. I have money to do that. You get smarter. And that's what she's realizing.
urge to leave America, do it. It's definitely easier said than done, but plan for it, do research. I literally got into a mode where I just kind of went silent. I stopped posting, I stopped doing everything, and I just dug into research about leaving the country, and I left. And I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna go to another country soon, and I'm just really happy. Like, I've had to put some of my dreams on hold. Like, and one of my dreams is acting, but you could be an actor at any age. I don't think
Yeah, she doesn't realize that's still kind of like a lost hope, right? Because she doesn't understand the industry. She doesn't pay attention to all of those things. And I think what you're doing right now is the best thing. You're out of the country. You escaped. Enjoy yourself.
If you're thinking about leaving the US, you won't have that option long. And you might be thinking to yourself, he's saying that because what? The Orange Goblin is going to prevent me from doing so? Indirectly, yeah. As the tariff war continues, inflation continues to increase, which means your spending power decreases. Maybe you're banking on your stocks. Well, it looks like we're in the midst of a recession, so those asset values might be going down. Remote work federally, remote work or jobs, period, are in jeopardy. Because as corporations struggle to remain profitable as the cost of goods increases, they will always turn to layoffs as a way to keep their profits high. The point I'm trying to make is that there are subtle and not so subtle things that this presidency is really doing to keep a firm grasp on Americans, keeping them inside of this ever-going hamster wheel.
Woo! That's what they're doing. Gotta pay attention. You have to pay attention to what's happening nowadays. It's being done purposely to squeeze. It's being done to squeeze. And the people that are going to escape it, they saw it coming. I don't want to sit here and look like Moses or something, but I saw it coming. That was one of the biggest reasons why I left America. I'm going to go back though. I'm not trying to escape America. Let me repeat. I'm not trying to escape. I'm going back. I have family there. I'm going to take my wife out there. I'm going to still do business there. But to be able to come and go as I wish, and as I just showed you in Ecclesiastes 11:2, you understand now? He warned. He said, look, do this because it's going to happen. In these times, perilous times shall come, right? You guys know that all the things you saw, or you heard, and it's going to be held to your face again, seriously, in the time of judgment. But let's get into the next video.
Here on my balcony, and when I tell you, it's a little breeze out here, man. That's probably why I got sick last week, man, because of this breeze. And this is unlike Santo Domingo, especially around this time. It's almost May. It's supposed to be scorching hot, but let me enjoy this while I can, because trust me, it's going to be months and months of pure heat. So anyway, I was out here and I was going through my comments here on TikTok, and I get a common question that I see all the time. People ask me, why did you move from the U.S. to Dominican Republic? So I decided I'm going to address that question and give you some of my reasons. I'm not going to give you all of them, but I'll give you some of them, the ones that I think were more important to me. But the others, I'm not going to say they're less important, but I'm just not going to say them here on TikTok, because people nowadays are easily offended, and I don't have time to be going back and forth with anybody on TikTok about what I believe, and nobody's going to change my mind about it. So I'm going to talk about the ones that I feel comfortable sharing here on TikTok, and I'm sure that those who are looking to move back to Dominican Republic, or move to Dominican Republic, or move abroad, probably share some of these same feelings. And these are in no particular order, but here are 4 of my reasons. And reason number 1 is the growing tension and division in the United States. Everybody in the United States seems to be on edge about something. To me, it seems like everyone is like a ticking time bomb just waiting to explode. It also feels like everybody's just looking to be offended by something. You can't say anything, you can't do anything, because somebody out there is looking to get offended. And I'll take it a step further. The political tension and division also has gotten out of hand. We look at everybody over there as either you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, which is dumb. I don't know how we got so invested in these political parties that we'll damage relationships with long-term friends, families, jobs, and all this stuff, man. It is just crazy. I remember the time we used to debate who was better, Tupac or Biggie, LeBron or Jordan, McDonald's or Burger King, ham or burger, peanut butter or jelly, the Jetsons or the Flintstones. And now we don't do none of that no more. we're debating about politics, man. I don't have time for that, man. And not saying people are not into politics here, because they are, but not to the point, at least in my experience, to the point where they'll destroy their family.
Yeah.
They won't talk to their kids. They won't talk to their husband. They'll get divorced. Not to that point. I hadn't seen it here. So that's
I've seen it here too.
Number two is the high cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of living in the United States has just gotten bad, way, way bad. Before I moved here, I was living in Fort Lauderdale, and I was paying about $2,400 a month for a 2-bedroom and 2-bath apartment. When I moved here, I was able to cut that in half on my accommodations. But here's the kicker. The $2,400 covers all my overhead just living here. So what I was paying in Fort Lauderdale, $2,400 just on rent, that covers everything here in Santo Domingo. And of course it doesn't cover my entertainment, me going out to eat or going out to get a cigar, even going out for drinks, but it covers all my overhead. And that's still a little bit less than $2,400. It's really around $2,200, $2,300 per month. So the cost of living, as you can see, was a factor. So let's move on to number 3, the continuous rat race of the 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, now I understand not everybody can quit their job and move abroad and live in another country. And you know what? I didn't think I could either. But when I started focusing on it and putting a plan together and really dialing in on what I wanted, things started to happen for me where I was able to do it. So I had to get out of that system. I just could no longer stand that system. So now I work for myself. I was able to buy back a lot of my time to focus on some of the things that I like.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Like you said, you see the other black woman, she talked about getting a job. He's talking about working for himself. It's sad. I wish more women would watch men's content. It's not just about bashing. You can learn something because the men are talking about working for themselves. And it has to be more than that, more than just working for yourself. You got to build, empire build. What do I mean by empire build? You can mess around and have people working for you. You can have people doing things for you. Where I'm at now, guess what? Where I'm at now, what it is. The BPO capital of the world. What does that mean? Let me tell you. I saw a Filipino company. It was Filipinos that own it too. It was happening on Upwork. They went from 0 to 2.5 million in 3 years getting contracts. 3 million, 2.5, almost 3 years. You could hire people to do anything for you and receive the income on the middle. Yes, I say that. You can hire someone for $3 and then sell those services for $9-10. Another way to get it. There's so many more ways to get it. I teach that. Didn't get a college degree. You saw the lady earlier say, "Oh, I got a college degree." I love talking about that because it's not needed. No college degree. Thinker. Use your brain. And that's what we have to do. It's time for men to do the work. So if you're a guy out there and you're saying, "Look, I want to be a passport bro, but I'm working. I got a job as a janitor and I don't know what to do," definitely have a consultation with me. I can help. Yeah, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out. See you next video.